What is good, my super big T Bumblebee Nation? Today I got another special video for y'all. I got another tight build video for y'all. Today we're gonna be making another House of Highlights Creator League player, and that will be the man CRAZYYY.
I am heard your grandma got cancer. I feel bad for her, but no cap. Before she die, I'ma scam her first.
Now listen, CRAZYYY is one of the best players in the Creator League. I don't care what nobody says. Nobody can really guard him in that league. He's been looking pretty unstoppable, so that's why we're gonna be making him today. Now, this straight off the bat, it gets a little controversial-ish. Position, you might want to put. He plays like a 4 or 5, but in 2K, because of his height, you have to put him at the 2. But we're still gonna make him play like him. I'll show y'all later in the attributes. It's still gonna play like him. Jersey number, he's been rocking 22 in the Creator League. 22. So we're gonna do that. As y'all see, I tried to make it look like him. I think that low-key look a little bit like him, maybe a little bit more. I don't even know. Looks a little bit like him. Height. I couldn't find his exact height. I've seen some sources say 6'3", 6'5". I saw a source say 5'10". There's no way he's 5'10". So I'm gonna give him in between the two things I mainly saw, 6'4", 6'5". I'm gonna give him 6'4".
Alright, listen, y'all. Made a slight error here. A bunch of websites are telling me different heights. I didn't know what to go with. I did not think to check his actual Instagram, where it clearly says he's 6'6". So when you're making this build, just make sure you actually make him 6'6". It really doesn't change the attributes or nothing. You could actually make him a small forward because he's 6'6", but nothing's really going to change other than those two things. Back into the video.
Now for weight, I'm not sure. I saw around like 180, 190 range. So I don't know how accurate that is. To be honest, if I'm eyeballing it, looks 200. He look around 200. That's just eyeball because of the strength. But he a big body. I don't even know. But I've been seeing everything. We're gonna lower the wingspan a little bit just to help our build's case. And for body type, we gonna go with built. You know, he may not be that muscular, but he got the broad shoulders. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we into the attributes. Attributes, this is a pretty simple build. CRAZYYY could do a little bit of everything. He's really improved his game a lot. And he really is now a threat on all aspects of the floor. But we're going to start it off with his most patterned skill set in basketball. And that's post control. I mean, I know y'all saw it coming. Max out the post control. I mean, this man puts grown men into the post, calls him baby food, calls him Minnie Mouse.
Get the fuck off the court!
It's disrespectful. He's very disrespectful when he gets them people in the post. But we're gonna come right back to finish it. We're also gonna go down here and we're gonna max out his strength, which is only can get to a 75. I think that's kind of accurate. Pure strength, I think that's kind of accurate. He is a big dude, so obviously he's very strong compared to some of the other dudes he be playing against. But you know, he's not like pure muscle like Cash is or something. But now we're gonna go back to finishing. And what you're gonna want to do for these attributes is you're gonna want to get close shot high, because that's kind of goes along with post, like the post moves. You want to get that to a 95 actually. You want to get that to a 95 actually. And driving lane, you don't want to get to like an 85. You know, we don't really see him I feel like driving too much. Only in like 1v1 scenarios, I feel like he'll really take it to the paint and drive. But usually it's in the post or some type of look from 3. So that's why I'm only giving driving layup like an 85. And I'm actually not going to touch either of these dunking statistics. I'm not sure if he can dunk. I think he can. I think I saw a video on somebody like House of Highlights posted him dunking back. I don't know if I've ever seen him dunk once in game. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think I've seen it. But now what you're going to want to do is I'm going to bring it down to the defense, okay? I'm bringing that into the defense. Maybe not what he's most known for, but when he's locked in on defense, he is locked in on defense. So that's why I'm going to max out interior defense, which only gets to a 66. Remember, this is a 6'4" build. I'm not going to max out perimeter defense. I am going to get it to like a 77, though. I think he's a very solid perimeter defender. I think his biggest flaw on the defensive end and overall game is his lack of stamina. And it's not exactly lack of, but he is a bigger dude, and obviously he's running around, has to switch on the little dudes, and post work is very tiring, you know. Going body to body with other grown men is exhausting, so it makes sense that he has to save some stamina on defense to go crazy on offense, but that's why when I get down to the stamina stat, I'll show y'all it's not going to be too crazy high. But that's why perimeter defense is only at 77. If you're just doing a one-time matchup and you're telling him to go lock up a guard or something, he's going to lock him up. So that's why I'm going to get to a 77. We're going to leave steal low. Not really his main thing. Block, we're going to get up 64. And rebounds, we're also going to get up. Get this up to like a 70-ish. Yep. All right. So now I'm going to go back down to the physicals and finish these off. Stamina, I was explaining it to y'all earlier. For now, we're only going to get it to like a 60. This is probably going to be raised later, but for now, we're only going to leave it at a 60. And for speed and acceleration, he's not the fastest dude, but for the sake of the build, 75 for both of them. 75 for both of them. Vertical, leave it. Does not matter. This build will not be dunking. If you want a dunking build, you're looking at the wrong build, my boy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to shooting. CRAZYYY has really developed his three-point game in the recent years, and I think that's really shined through in the House of Highlights Creator League and the 1v1s he'd be playing. So for that reason, we're gonna get up to like an 80, 87. We're gonna get to an 87. We're not gonna go too crazy with it. He's not the most reliable and super knockdown dude like a Cam or a Frigga is, but he is. I think he's actually more of an off the dribble type of shooter. I think that's more of his game. I think that's what he's better at. Mid-range, leave it at that. Maybe post-fade is the most mid-range you're going to get. He's not a pull-up for mid-range type of guy. It's not his game. Free throw, we're going to leave it. And now we're going to run out of playmaking. For playmaking, ball handle is actually one of the most underrated parts of his game. For a bigger dude, he can really handle the ball really... Pause. He can really handle the ball really well.
What do you mean by that?
Pause. So that's for that reason, we're going to get it to like an 87. And for pass accuracy, he's a good passer. He can make dimes. Like he is a very solid hooper. He's turned into a very solid hooper. I think one of the most underrated in the YouTube scene. So for that, we're gonna get it up to an 80. Now this is the base. So this is like the base of what you're gonna want to do. And now you have a little bit of room to play around. So me personally, for this type of build, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up the stamina. It's like a 70. And the speed to like a 78 and acceleration 78. Speed with ball,
Basically, for this part and for the rest of this attributes part, you can really do whatever you want on a build. I was basically just saying that that's the base.
I was saying it before, say it again. Just on you could get like 2 solid possessions straight of real good perimeter defense from CRAZYYY. But after that, he is gonna gas out. He is gonna struggle. And you're going to also
want to up offensive rebound. Now you still got a little bit of room to play with, so what you're going to want to do is actually bring that up to 88 and bring this up to 88. And now you're going to also want to bring up your speed with ball, just again for the build's sake. And the rest of this you can really probably just spend on physical, so we're going to stamina up, we're going to speed up, and we're going to put the rest of this on steal.
And free throw. And that's the build. I know towards the end, we were kind of just playing around with it. You could really, when I told you there's a base and then you could play around with it to make it the type build you really want. But for CRAZYYY, this is what I would put. Some things are probably higher than they should be, obviously. Like at 88.3, I think it's just slightly too high. Same with the 88 driving layup, I think it's slightly too high. And at 86 speed, I also think is a little bit too high. But you need a max that you do, so this is what you're going to get. Here's the badge splits. You got 17 finishing, 21 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 15 defensive. That's good badge splits for a point guard. Oh, sorry, this is a shooting guard. For a shooting guard, you're gonna be able to post up on the, when you playing the threes and you got that little point guard, you're gonna be able to post up on him. He's not gonna be able to hold you. You know what I'm saying? Now for the takes. So takes is a little interesting. You got a couple of options here, but I think y'all all know what we're gonna start off with. We going to power back downs. He may only be
6'6".
on the power back downs because that's what he does. He backs down anybody. And now for this, you could do spotted precision. You could do spotted precision. That's probably the best for the build. If you were actually gonna make this build in 2K and play with him, I would go with spotted precision. But for the sake of it being a Chris White accurate type build, I'm going another post. I'm doing advanced post moves. Chris White's post move bag is deep. He got the post hook, he got whatever, the fade, whatever. He got it all. So I'm going double post take on this build. And now we're gonna go see his player comparison. And that's gonna be it for y'all. But again, with the second takeover, you could really play with it. All right, here we go. Allen Houston, Tyrese Maxey, and Cade Cunningham. Okay. Inside out shot creator. I like that build name. I think that's very accurate. I don't know. Maybe for perimeter play, I do see Cade Cunningham. They're both not the quickest dudes. They both got a solid bag. They both can either get to the basket or shoot the three.
Again, since he is actually 6'6", my bad again. These probably won't be the exact player comparisons you'll get, but so when you make this build at home, make sure you do make him 6'6", and you'll get more accurate player comparisons. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's the build, man. Y'all see it right here, the Chris White official NBA 2K23 build. If y'all want to see me take him to the park or something, maybe I'll try and spend a little cash on him. Maybe, I don't know, if I got any bread left in the account, any PlayStation gift cards, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll spend a little bit on him. But yeah, and let me know who y'all want to see next, what build y'all want to see next. I've already done people like YPK and Duke Dennis, so if y'all want to see those, check those out on my channel. But that's gonna be it, man. Until next time, catch y'all later, man.